Kingdom Hearts music exists in a bubble. Thanks to Father Disney, KH tracks rarely get to leave the confines of the series. We can sense Shimomura's songs in the games, we can see Sekito's sounds in the original soundtrack, we can taste Takaharu's tunes in the concerts, we can clock Kameoka's compositions and arrangement albums, we can mind Miyano's music on the official websites, and we can hear Hikaru's hymns on official merchandise, but all of this is trapped within the Disney Kingdom Hearts bubble. That's why it's so special when KH music transcends those boundaries and makes an appearance in outside media. It feels like a celebration when Kingdom Hearts tracks make their way into other Square Enix games, and it feels like a miracle when they land official appearances in more distant spaces. Today's video is dedicated to every one of those outside appearances, from the games you probably already know about to the ones that have been dead for a decade, from niche Disney cameos to the literal world stage. Let's get started. First things first, let's address the Zolifant in the Room, our single most concentrated third-party appearance of Kingdom Hearts music, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. When Sora appeared as Ultimate's final DLC fighter on October 5th, 2021, he brought with him a dozen music tracks. When playing on the Hollow Bastion stage, there are 10 possible background tracks. 7 are pulled from Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix, Night of Fate, Destiny's Force, Shrouding Dark Cloud, Hand in Hand, Blast Away Gummy Ship 2, Hollow Bastion, and Scherzo di Notte. One track is taken from HD 2.5 Remix, Fragments of Sorrow, and Destati is taken right from the original Kingdom Hearts since it was already orchestrated to begin with. This is the only time the original Destati has ever appeared in full in a video game. Additionally, if you have save data for Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory on the same Switch, you'll be treated with Dearly Beloved Swing version as an extra background track. 2 of these songs play in special places outside of the Hollow Bastion stage. Destati is the menu music for the Kingdom Hearts Spirit Board, and Blast Away Gummy Ship 2 is used in the credit sequence for Sora's Classic Mode. On top of that, while it doesn't appear in the game, Hikari, Kingdom Orchestra instrumental version, played during Sora's reveal trailer, along with several of the previously mentioned tracks. The final song in Ultimate is Sora's Victory theme, a quick new arrangement of Hand in Hand made by Shimomura herself. I don't think I need to spend much time saying how incredible it is to have Kingdom Hearts representation in Smash Bros, musical or otherwise. As far as outside collaborations go, this is pretty much the peak. Moving from the Zolifant in the Room to the beat-alike next door, it's The World Ends With You. As you are probably aware, 3 songs from The World Ends With You were remixed for Kingdom Hearts String Drop Distance, but that's not the end of the story. These KH arrangements would go on to appear in the main TWUBY series, and when all was said and done, we were left with 8 different Kingdom Hearts remixes. The saga starts in 2012. After the Dream Drop Distance soundtrack came the World Ends With You crossover. In addition to re-releasing the 3 Kingdom mixes, this album contained the new songs from the mobile port The World Ends With You solo remix. One of these songs was Twister Kingdom Remix, a remix of a remix with a surreal, almost sanctuary-like vocal intro. These 4 songs were included as in-game CD items in Solo Remix. You could buy the Kingdom mixes from specific shops, but Twister Kingdom Remix was a bit different. This song was only purchasable from Coco's Secret Reaper shop via an in-app purchase of 99 cents or 85 yen. But the well of TWUBY remixes is far from running dry. On November 26, 2012, Takaharu Ishimoto's band The Death March performed at the World Ends With You 5th Anniversary Live crossover concert. 2 of the songs performed at this event were Calling Kingdom Mix and Someday Kingdom Mix. An exclusive physical copy of the live event setlist was sold at other limited live events, but this CD only had Someday Kingdom Mix. The live version of Calling Kingdom Mix would eventually see an album release in The World Ends With You Solo Remix Tribute, But since nothing's ever simple, that tribute album also introduced another KH remix. This new one, Someday Kingdom Mix JP version, is a Japanese language version of the DDD arrangement. Hey, it's me from the future. It turns out that Someday Kingdom Mix JP version was created for the World Ends With You Live Remix. Live Remix was a short-lived Japanese mobile spin-off, sort of the Kingdom Hearts coded of the TUI series. This doesn't really change anything, it just adds another appearance to the list. Like the first port, the World Ends With You Final Remix expanded the in-game catalog, bringing in more Kingdom Hearts remixes. All 4 arrangements from Solo Remix returned, and Calling Kingdom Mix Live version and Someday Kingdom Mix JP version from the tribute album joined the pile. Also in attendance was Twister Union Cross Mix, a special arrangement made for TUI's 10th anniversary that plays for all of 2 medals in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. This remix has never seen an official release, unless you count Ishimoto's SoundCloud. While tracking down the origins and albums of all of these arrangements was a bit of a hassle, I consider this a great case of Kingdom Hearts music being used in another series. It feels like The World Ends With You is not only acknowledging the Dream Drop Distance cameo, but taking pride in the collaboration. With TUI safely behind us, we still have one more Square Enix game to cover, Echoes of Mana. Hailing from the Mana series, Echoes of Mana was a short-lived mobile gacha spin-off running from April 2022 to May 2023. There were never any Kingdom Hearts collaborations or anything like that, but take a listen to the victory theme. If you sold your soul to Kingdom Hearts, that should sound familiar. Let's listen to the victory theme from KH's own mobile gacha. One of the composers for Echoes of Mana was Mana series veteran Tsuyoshi Sekido, who also took charge of the majority of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross compositions. I'm not sure if this melody reuse was an intentional nod to Union Cross, a wink from one Square Enix gacha game to another, or just a case of borrowing from old compositions to overcome a time crunch. Either way, this victory fanfare is a lovely little trinket of Kingdom Hearts music, even if it's not an explicit crossover or reference. In the grand scheme of things, I think you'll agree with me that Echoes of Mana is pretty obscure. But you know what's not obscure? The Olympics. The year is 2020, and the Parade of Nations of the Tokyo Summer Olympics opening ceremony is underway. As the Olympic athletes enter the stage, an orchestra treats the world with heroic songs from video games, from Sonic to Final Fantasy. Somehow, Kingdom Hearts managed to get 2 songs on the setlist, Olympus Coliseum and Heroes Fanfare. These 2 Olympus themes are thematically appropriate for the Olympics, to say the least. Both of these arrangements are faithful to the original recordings, with no major compositional differences, though Heroes Fanfare is a click slower than the KH3 version. As far as hearing Kingdom Hearts music outside of the series goes, it doesn't get much crazier than this. The entire world is watching. No matter how many times I see this clip, it will never feel real to me. Next, let's tackle something closer to home with Square Enix compilation albums. First among these are Dramatica and Memoria, 2 best-of albums for Yoko Shimomura. I hesitated to even include these in the first place. When the main composer of the Kingdom Hearts series has a best-of album, it's really not a surprise when that album has some Kingdom Hearts music on it. But since it's more of a Square Enix thing that Kingdom Hearts got the privilege to be a part of, I thought I might as well throw these 2 albums in. Dramatica released in 2008 and has 4 songs of note: D'Estate, Twinkle Twinkle Holidays, The 13th Anthology, and The Other Promise. The D'Estate arrangement would go on to appear in a fragmentary passage in Birth by Sleep Final Mix, Twinkle Twinkle Holidays returned in the World Tour Orchestra, and The Other Promise played in Union Cross if you equipped the Roxas Art EX medal. Memoria released in 2014 and has 2 Kingdom Hearts arrangements, Dearly Beloved and Vector to the Heavens, neither of which have played in the main series. Yoko Shimomura's personal collections aren't the only Square Enix albums that deign to include Kingdom Hearts music. Every year at the Tokyo Game Show, Square Enix sells a music sampler CD. Volume 9, exclusive to the 2014 event, featured the HD remix versions of A Very Small Wish and Vim and Vigor. The Tokyo Game Show occurred 2 weeks before the 2.5 Collection's Japanese release and 2 months before the soundtrack release, so Vim and Vigor was actually quite the catch. But for something even more rare, let's turn our attention to the Music Sampler CD Volume 4, given out at the 2009 edition of the Tokyo Game Show. Track 6 on the CD was Sinister Sundown Take 0. This arrangement was from an album currently known as Piano Collection's Kingdom Hearts' second album. This is an early recording of Sinister Sundown that has some fairly significant differences from the version that would eventually appear in the Field and Battle album. As some of you might know, Square Enix publishes a line of arrangement albums under the SQ name. We have Battle SQ, Cafe SQ, SQ Chips, and more. Each album features a wide array of fresh arrangements from franchises like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Saga, and Xenogears. However, Kingdom Hearts is notably absent from this collection, save for one album, SQ Swing. Song 3 on this jazzy setlist is a medley of songs from KH2, bluntly titled Organization 13, The 13th Struggle, Fragments of Sorrow, Dearly Beloved. It's over 7 minutes long and a real treat to listen to. Here's a taste. Like I said in the intro, Kingdom Hearts music tends to keep to itself. There are dozens upon dozens of Square Enix compilation albums, from composer showcases to sampler CDs to arrangement collections, but you can count the number of KH songs on your fingertips. When a KH track makes it into one of these albums, it seems like a sort of recognition from Square Enix, an acknowledgement that Kingdom Hearts is something they are proud to have in their JRPG pantheon. While I wish it would happen more often, the scarcity of KH appearances makes the few arrangements we do get all the more special. And also, while it isn't quite the same, I thought I'd mention the Square Enix music playlists. These are official playlists on various streaming services, and Kingdom Hearts songs appear in 2 collections. Dearly Beloved Kingdom Hearts 3 version and True Love appear on the Square Enix Music 2021 Valentine's Day playlist, while Frozen Wonderland and Miracle on Ice appear on the Square Enix Music 2020 Winter playlist, and the expanded 2021 version Holiday playlist Square Enix Music. It's good to know that the KH music is on someone's radar over at Square Enix. There's still one more Square Enix album that I haven't discussed yet, and that's because it's a bit of an outlier. Square Enix published the album, making it official enough to be part of this video, but the music itself comes from Symphonic Fantasies, a symphonic tribute concert by Finnish composer Jone Valtonen. This performance featured medleys from 4 Square Enix properties: Kingdom Hearts, Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger/Chrono Cross, and Final Fantasy. Each property was given its own 15-minute medley suite. The Kingdom Hearts movement features an eclectic mix of songs: Dearly Beloved, Sora, Hand in Hand, Kairi, The Other Promise, Happy Holidays, and A Fight to the Death. The arrangement is incredibly complex, layering and reimagining the original tracks in beautiful ways. The music from the Symphonic Fantasies concert was published by Square Enix, but they're actually two different albums. One of them is from the original 2009 performance, and the other is from the updated 2012 performance in Tokyo. I prefer the Symphonic Fantasies Tokyo concert myself. To conclude the Symphonic Fantasies performance, Valtonen, with Roger Wanamo, created a medley of final boss themes from all four franchises, titled Encore Final Boss Suite. It starts with Destati from Kingdom Hearts, followed by Meridian Dance from Secret of Mana, Lavos' theme from Chrono Trigger, and One-Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII. This arrangement was redone for the 2012 Tokyo performance. One of the bigger changes was the intro, which transitions into a different section of Destati. One of the cool things is that while each song gets its own section, one game's musical themes permeate the other game's tracks. For instance, in this section of Meridian Dance, you can hear the 5-note ostinato from Destati beneath the melody. Now, this isn't strictly Kingdom Hearts related, but I couldn't resist the opportunity to bring it up. The Tokyo version of the encore also added Dancing Mad from Final Fantasy VI. The track interrupts the One-Winged Angel section as if the two Final Fantasy boss themes are fighting each other. Even the choir's shouts of Sephiroth are replaced by Kefka later in the piece. I could talk about the Symphonic Fantasies arrangements for days. They're absolutely gorgeous. In terms of this exercise, though, I'm not really sure what this says. After all, it was a tribute concert by a third party, even if Square Enix did sanction the album release. But a 15-minute Kingdom Hearts medley isn't something you hear every day, so I'm content with not pressing the matter further. Our penultimate case of Kingdom Hearts music appearing in other media is a bit of a technicality. Ever hear of Chang Can Dunk? It was a coming-of-age high school sports drama film released straight to Disney Plus in 2023. I've never seen the movie, but there's a scene in which the little brother of one of the jocks is playing Kingdom Hearts 3 in the basement, and Yoko Shimomura is indeed credited for the use of Hero's fanfare in the background. Setting aside the fact that this guy is still on the Olympus tutorial, and also setting aside the fact that Hero's fanfare was arranged by Yoshitaka Suzuki and orchestrated by Natsumi Kameoka with no involvement from Shimomura beyond supplying the original melody for Go For It, this is a fun little cameo. It's always a joy to see Kingdom Hearts crop up in random Disney media. And now we've reached the last item on our list, and the reason I made this video in the first place. See, this entire project was just an excuse to talk about Square Enix Melody. What is Square Enix Melody, you ask? Why, it's a decades-old discontinued Japanese phone service. And is it really a surprise that I, the person who spends hours dissecting Kingdom Hearts VCast and Kingdom Hearts Mobile, would find a way to talk about an ancient forgotten cell phone title? Anyway, Square Enix Melody has quite a complicated history, so let me walk you through it. Our story starts on November 7th, 2005. Square Enix Melody existed as a website before then, mostly as an information center for Square Enix music, but this date marked the start of Chaku Uta distribution. Okay, quick detour for some definitions. Chaku Uta is a format of ringtones for Japanese flip phones, and the name literally translates to ringtone. The songs in this format were relatively short, so they also made Chaku Uta Full, which are full-length mobile ringtones. However, Square Enix limited this longer format to Docomo devices for technical reasons. Back to the story. If you signed up for the subscription service, you could download ringtones on Square Enix Melody, but none of them are from the Kingdom Hearts series quite yet. Sometime between May and July 2009, Square Enix Melody rebranded to Square Enix Melody Plus. In August 2009, the platform added its first Kingdom Hearts songs, and by the middle of September, all 12 tracks from Piano Collection's Kingdom Hearts were available on the mobile platform. In November 2009, 4 waves of Kingdom Hearts tracks were added to Square Enix Melody Plus. First came Dearly Beloved Destiny Islands and Bustin' Up on the Beach, which was followed a week later by Sora and Roxas. After that was Traverse Town, Hand in Hand, and Nominee, and finally Another Side in the 13th Struggle. All of a sudden, the Kingdom Hearts series was starting to have a real presence on the Square Enix portal. And then it wasn't. On December 2nd, 2009, all of the Kingdom Hearts songs added the previous month were removed from Square Enix Melody Plus. But don't despair, since 2010 is a new year. The first week of January saw the return of Kingdom Hearts to the digital marketplace. There were 2 Chaku Uta Full, a first for the KH series, Hikari and Passion single version. If you didn't know, the single version of Passion is an extended arrangement with additional lyrics, and it has never appeared in a Kingdom Hearts game. It did mistakenly appear on the YouTube version of the Kingdom Hearts official playlist, but I digress. In addition to the Chaku Uta Full, abridged versions of the Utada songs were offered as ordinary Chaku Uta. Other ringtones released this week included Hikari Kingdom Orchestra instrumental version, which was split up into 3 separate parts, and abridged versions of the KH1 Disney songs, Mickey Mouse Club March, Winnie the Pooh, Under the Sea, and This Is Halloween. The rest of January 2010 saw the incremental release of Piano Collection's Kingdom Hearts Field and Battle. After that, there were no more Kingdom Hearts releases until June and July. These months featured the return of 6 songs from the first run of KH tracks, and introduced Kairi 3, Riku, Lazy Afternoons, and Tension Rising to the lineup. Everything seems to be going well again. On July 8th, 2010, a sister site to Square Enix Melody Plus launched, named Square Enix Melody Full. This service was a separate subscription dedicated entirely to Chaku Uta Full. 10 Kingdom Hearts songs were available at launch, all of them full versions of Chaku Uta from Square Enix Melody Plus. For the rest of July and August 2010, Square Enix Melody Plus would expand its Kingdom Hearts offerings with 15 new songs and the last 4 returning songs from November 2009. Square Enix Melody Full would have one update in September, bringing the 2 Utada songs from the Plus version into its full-length lineup. It was an eventful year, but the story of Kingdom Hearts and Square Enix Melody is winding down. The last new KH songs were added in February 2011, Simple and Clean for the Plus version, and Hikari Planet B Remix for the full version. In September that year, Square Enix Melody Plus would be integrated into Square Enix Melody Full. In early 2012, a number of Chaku Uta Full from Dream Drop Distance were briefly available to download. However, distribution was quickly suspended, first temporarily and then indefinitely. We don't know which songs were added or why they were removed. The official suspension notice claimed that they were booted due to quote-unquote site specifications, but that's pretty vague. On February 28, 2014, several songs from the Kingdom Hearts series were removed from Square Enix Melody Full. On December 31st the same year, every remaining Kingdom Hearts track was delisted. It's not clear why this happened. The distribution service would still be up and running for another 4 years, and no other series experienced a purge of its music. But by its nature, Kingdom Hearts is always an exception, for better or for worse. And compared to every other Square Enix franchise on the platform, KH definitely got the short end of the stick. So ends the story of Square Enix Melody, another mobile service destined to be forgotten. There you have it, every sanctioned appearance of Kingdom Hearts music outside of the Kingdom Hearts series. Well, excluding the Utada songs, partly because I wasn't going to try to catalog every appearance of a J-pop hit, and partly because those aren't under the Walt Disney Records label, so they don't really fit in with this exercise. Regardless, it's interesting to see what it takes for Kingdom Hearts music to escape the KH bubble. The fact that I can fit every single outside appearance into a 20-minute video speaks to how rare these appearances are. But Disney is part of what makes Kingdom Hearts, copyright stinginess included. For better or for worse, this is where our musical journey ends.